You work hard, clocking in every week, yet the money vanishes almost instantly. Bills, groceries, gas, it feels like the paycheck disappears the moment it arrives. Millions of Americans know this struggle all too well. We were taught a formula: go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, and everything will be fine. The truth? That formula leaves millions broke, living paycheck to paycheck. What we believed would secure us is actually a trap. Society sold us the dream of security. Work hard, retire comfortably. But reality is different. Job security is fragile. Debt keeps piling up, and schools never taught us about money. We feel misled, like the game was rigged from the start. If education makes us smarter, then why are college graduates drowning in debt? Why are so many struggling to buy homes or even pay medical bills? The system doesn't add up, and Americans feel it every day. It's heartbreaking to work for decades and still feel like wealth is slipping through your fingers. Retirement feels less like a promise and more like a fading dream. Americans feel the weight of time, but not the reward. If we keep doing nothing, the cycle continues. More debt, longer work hours, less freedom. The danger isn't just being broke, it's being stuck forever. That's the real trap. That's when Robert Kiyosaki shared his story in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He grew up with two different lessons, one from his educated but broke dad, and another from his wealthy mentor, his rich dad. Two dads, two mindsets, one broke, one wealthy. This book has changed how millions think about wealth. For Americans struggling with debt, bills, and stress, Rich Dad, Poor Dad isn't just a book, it's a wake-up call. The first step to breaking free starts with a new mindset. Here's a crazy truth. Most Americans will work their whole lives and retire broke. Why? Let's break it down with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Hey everyone, Ethan here, and welcome to Ethan's Money Library, where we break down the world's best financial books into lessons you can use today. If you're serious about money and freedom, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. Quick note, this is for education only. I'm not your financial advisor, but I'll share ideas you can think about and apply. In this video, we'll uncover why most Americans stay broke, what Kiyosaki's two dads taught him, and how you can escape the paycheck trap. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. This is why most Americans stay broke. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The rat race, why does it trap so many of us? Every day, millions of Americans wake up, head to work, and trade their precious hours for a paycheck. But no matter how hard they grind, they never seem to get ahead. Rich Dad said the problem isn't working hard, it's trading time for money. Most Americans spend their whole life in this cycle, but the wealthy focus on building assets that make money for them even while they sleep. Think about it. The average American salary has barely moved in decades, but rent, groceries, and healthcare keep climbing higher every year. People feel stuck because the math simply doesn't work anymore. Now imagine this. Instead of stressing about every bill, your investments are paying them for you. You're working less, enjoying life more, and finally breathing free. Poor Dad always said, get a raise. But Rich Dad knew raises never solve the problem because expenses rise just as fast. Instead, Rich Dad focused on cash flow, money that keeps coming in no matter what. It's like running on a treadmill. No matter how fast you go, you stay in the same place. That's the rat race, and unless you step off and build assets, you'll keep running forever. Most schools teach us how to get good grades, but not how to handle money. And here's the truth. Grades might help you get a job, but financial knowledge is what helps you build freedom. Without it, people work hard all their lives and still struggle. Think about this. The average American graduates college with over $30,000 in student loan debt. Yet, most don't even know the difference between an asset and a liability. That's like playing a game without knowing the rules. You're bound to lose. Here's the secret. Wealth isn't built by grades, it's built by knowing how money works. The people who win financially are the ones who understand assets, cash flow, and investments. Knowledge is the real currency. Poor Dad always said, "Get degrees, that's the safe way." But Rich Dad said, "Learn about money, that's the powerful way." One path keeps you working forever, the other leads to freedom. Debt, that's what financial education gives you. The power of choice. Freedom isn't about luck, it's about knowledge. Learning about money is like learning to swim. You can't master it just by reading about it. You need to get into the water, practice, and experience it for real. That's the only way to build true financial strength. Here's the number one lesson from Rich Dad. Always buy assets, not liabilities. Assets are things that put money in your pocket. Liabilities are the things that quietly drain your wallet every single month. Think of it this way. A rental property can send you steady rent every month, while a shiny new car takes money from you through loans, insurance, and maintenance. One builds your wealth, the other eats it away. Imagine this. You own enough assets that your rent or mortgage is fully paid by your investments. That means you wake up every month knowing your home is covered not by your job, but by your money working for you. Here's the trap. Most Americans buy their dream homes, but spend the next 30 years paying the bank. What they thought was an asset is really a liability because it takes money from them instead of giving it back. Think of assets like seeds. You plant them, care for them, and over time they grow into trees that give you fruit year after year. Liabilities are like holes, you keep pouring water into them, but they never fill up. So here's the takeaway. Stop confusing liabilities for assets. Focus on building things that pay you back every month and avoid those that only drain you. That's how you build true financial freedom. Most people work only for a paycheck, but Rich Dad says the real wealth comes from the skills you pick up along the way. Sales, investing, leadership, those aren't just job skills, they're life skills that open endless doors. The paycheck pays today, but skills will keep paying you forever. Think about it. If you only depend on wages, your income stops the moment you stop working. But if you build skills, you can create businesses, investments, and opportunities that keep paying you. That's the difference between just surviving and actually thriving. Someone who only relies on wages might earn a few million in their lifetime. But someone who learns to sell, to invest, and to build can multiply that several times over. Skills compound, just like money. The jobs you take in your 20s and 30s don't just give you money, they should teach you lessons. Imagine taking a sales job not for the paycheck, but to master the art of persuasion. Later, that skill could make you millions. Poor Dad always said, "Stay safe, stick to one job. Don't take risks." But Rich Dad said the opposite. Learn, experiment, and expand your opportunities. Playing it safe can keep you stuck, but learning new skills sets you free. Learning skills is like learning how to fish instead of waiting for someone to hand you dinner. Once you know how, you can feed yourself for life. And that's why skills always pay more than paychecks. Fear of losing money is one of the biggest reasons most people never invest. They hold back, thinking they're protecting themselves, but in reality, they're holding themselves back from opportunity. Playing it too safe keeps them stuck in the same financial spot year after year. On the other hand, greed pushes people into chasing quick wins. They want the thrill of getting rich fast, but that impatience often leads to losses. It's like trying to sprint through a marathon. You burn out before the real race even begins. We see this cycle play out in real life. When the stock market crashes, most Americans panic and sell, locking in their losses. But long-term investors, the ones who stay calm, end up building real wealth over time. Imagine having financial confidence so strong that even during a recession, you can sleep peacefully. That kind of peace comes from knowledge and preparation, not luck. It's freedom from the constant stress of money worries. Poor Dad always said, "Avoid risk, play it safe." But Rich Dad taught, don't avoid risk. Learn to manage it. That small difference is what separates people who stay broke from those who grow wealthy. Fear makes you freeze, never leaving the driveway. Greed makes you hit the gas too hard and crash. But wisdom means learning how to drive steady, smart, and reaching the destination safely. The biggest difference between the rich and the broke isn't just income, it's mindset. Rich Dad believed money was a powerful tool, while Poor Dad only saw it as a paycheck to survive. That mindset shaped everything about their lives. Think about this. 70% of Americans are stuck living paycheck to paycheck. It's not always because they don't make enough, but because they don't see money as a tool that can work for them. The first step is shifting how we think. For the rich, money isn't their master, it's their servant. They treat every dollar like an employee, sending it out to work and bring back more. That mindset gives them freedom, while others stay trapped. Poor Dad's mindset was always limited by the phrase, "I can't afford it." That thought closes doors before they even open. Rich Dad instead asked, "How can I afford it?" A question that sparks creativity and new solutions. Changing how we see money is like learning to use fire. If you fear it, you'll stay cold. But if you learn to control it, you can cook a feast, build warmth, and even create light for others. The truth is, wealth starts in the mind long before it shows in the bank account. If you see money as a tool, you'll build freedom. If you see it only as a paycheck, you'll stay stuck. The choice is yours. Here's the truth. Escaping the rat race doesn't happen overnight. But it does start with one simple step, deciding to take control of your money. Once you begin, the path becomes clearer with each move you make. Start small. Track where your dollars are going, because you can't change what you don't measure. Every coffee, every subscription, it all adds up, and awareness is your first weapon. Then, start buying assets, even small ones. It's like planting seeds that grow into money trees over time. With patience, those little investments can change your entire future. Learning how to invest is like learning how to tame fire. It can either burn you or light your way. Start small, learn, make mistakes, and improve as you go. Even $100 a month can grow into tens of thousands over time. Compound interest is your ally. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and faster. If you do nothing, the rat race will hold you forever. But if you take action, even small steps today, you're planting a tree that will give you shade and fruit tomorrow. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. We saw how Rich Dad Poor Dad explains the rat race, the power of financial education, assets versus liabilities, and the mindset shift needed to escape being broke. Most Americans stay broke because they follow Poor Dad's advice. Freedom starts by choosing Rich Dad's path. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this wake-up call. What money lesson hit you the hardest? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. This is Ethan from Ethan's Money Library, Building Wealth, one book at a time. Remember, financial freedom isn't just for the lucky, it's for the prepared. I'll see you in the next video.